What like that? You can come more. You are the one hosting it. Oh, I wanted to host.
Oh,
yeah. So, good morning.
Make it straight. Yeah, so you can go person by person.
Okay.
People now tilt their heads and feel like, yeah.
Oh, okay. Good morning. Welcome to the 1873 FM radio station.
Yes.
And we are privileged to have two guests who are keen to be on radio, just using radio as a platform to get voices heard. And this morning, they were on the Continental Sunrise Breakfast Show with DJ Wildfire. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. How did you enjoy sharing 3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours, 180 minutes.
180 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. So you lasted the 180 minutes. Okay. And what's your name?
Kgomotso.
Kgomotso.
Kgomotso Tshekiso.
Tshekiso.
Yes.
With T?
Yes.
S? E?
Tshekhiso.
K-I-S-O. And?
Nattaley.
All right.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it this morning. I arrived just a little bit late. Unfortunately, I felt bad about that. But jumped straight right into it. Got to see Wildfire doing his thing. It was amazing. And I learned a lot. And topics.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. This is great.
Are you fired up?
Yeah, I am. It's great.
Okay, and
I got here around about 6 a.m. and we started the show off.
Actually, I found it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got here very early.
Are you black?
Am I?
Black.
Yes, very black.
Okay, that's a good start.
I was pretty excited though because I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But I got here and Wildfire made me feel welcome. We sat down and then he introduced the show. We had 3 different segments in 1 hour, and I was just like, what? And it just kept on going, and I didn't have a script.
Do you remember the segments? Which one stands out?
The future. We spoke about the one of how do you want to change the future.
The future I want.
The future I want, yes, that one. And then I also given a bit of my opinion.
What is your opinion?
I said that I want a future where opportunities are afforded to the youth. Yeah, and then I spoke to you, and then it just changed my mind about everything.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have your own mind.
All right, okay, so now we're talking about the future that I want.
Yes.
Not the future of the youth.
Not the future of the youth. It's about my future
Your future.
My future now.
Right. Can you see your future in radio?
Yes, I do, definitely. Radio has always been a passion of mine, and I've been in it for 10 months, but I wanted to grow and expand as a person, and different radio stations offer different things. And 1873 also offers a different alternative. It's about inspiring, coming up with creative ideas, to give people opportunities also, and this also is giving me a great opportunity, and I've enjoyed every moment of it.
Imagine it's midnight and you are stuck on your own. You are looking at the world.
Yeah.
Looking up, and you are saying, oh, I want this shining star to be me one day. Who stands out in the media and say, that's what I want to be? Is there anyone?
Banana Mateva, definitely.
Banana?
Yeah, definitely.
Why does she loom? Why?
Well, for one, she started off at a very early age in the media industry, and when she went to Life Amp, she was just a blossoming flower. She stood out. She had energy. She was loud, and I, for one, am loud. So that, for me, takes it as like, okay, if a person this loud can be in this media industry and kill it, then why can't I?
So you want to kill it?
Yes, I
do. Finding the industry existing, but they want to kill it.
Okay.
To destroy what you're trying to build.
If there was one thing that you say, I see it's not being given enough coverage, what would that be?
We spoke about this earlier on.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how I'm, for one, who wants to make a change in terms of the lives of kids, because I'm a big fan of children, and making a difference in the life of a child who goes to bed without having food, who goes to school without having a sanitary pad, because this is something that is spoken about each and every day. I, for one, want to make that change where we give kids a platform where they can see what's happening in the world. We can give kids platform to see the different types of industries that are open to them, because we're not exposed to a lot of careers. We're not exposed to a lot of proper media coverage. We're exposed to the bad stuff like drugs and how it's all these kind of things.
So it will be kids, sure.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, and you're a kid overgrown.
Yes.
Okay.
Kid overgrown.
All right. So you want to go back to?
No, I don't want to go back to that.
So, who is a kid in life? Do you think that the kids are also human beings?
Yes.
And what limits them? And what is it that you can offer them so that their mothers have enough resources to support them? Because kids are dependent.
Yes.
So there cannot be a show for kids without dealing with the parents.
So the starting point should be the parents.
It should be the parents.
So that you are secure.
Yes. Yeah.
I know you're itching.
I'm so
But this is black time.
Black time.
So why has you been eating alone for 2 months? So now it's about time.
Yes. It's your turn now.
Okay, so same question. First question. I don't specifically look up to anyone in particular.
Okay.
I appreciate various types of stars, if you will, but what I see for myself is something that kind of hasn't been done before.
Okay.
So I don't have anyone to.
So there's no model.
Yeah, there's no model.
So you are the godfather or godmother of this one.
Of this one, yes.
Okay. So what do you see?
Oh no, I can't tell you that. There's power in silence as well. This is not something that you can just, when I tell people
So
about
imagine
this.
you're hosting a show.
Yes.
And you are given 2 minutes to
Yes.
introduce the show.
Yes.
Where would you start?
Where would I start?
Yeah.
With the name of the show.
So now you got 2 minutes.
2 minutes to shine.
Wait, I don't know actually. Just my show or any
Your show.
My show. Okay.
You are the host.
I'm the host,
Not
my show.
DJ One Fan.
Okay, alright, fantastic. So, here on my show, we talk about what's good, and we also learn about how to get to what's good. Whether you are in a startup business, whether you are in events, whether you are a musician, we're looking for what's good. That is all I can say. And I'm Nattaley, your host. My show.
So that is the business talk.
Business talk and entertainment. Business and
So what do you want to come out of this show?
I would fundamentally like to utilize areas of society that are being overlooked in the way of how they affect politics, and politics is very important. We need to affect people's thinking in a political way without touching the current political issues.
All right.
If that makes sense. Yes.
No, okay.
Yes.
So my name is what? Nattaley.
Oh, Nattaley, yes.
Welcome to Business Talk. Let me try
Okay.
and see whether I can make it and what grade you would give me.
Okay.
All right. So welcome to Business Talk. This is a platform for talking, for expressing yourself. When we talk of business, sometimes we think it's a foreign idea. Business is about human beings serving each other. If you're out there and you are solving a human problem, that's your business. Focus on it. Solve the problem so that the person you provide a solution to is willing to give up something. If there's no one who is willing to give up anything for what you have done. That's not business. Even politics is business. Because at the end of it, somebody has to vote, has to present himself at a polling station and actually vote to create the outcomes that you want. Nothing will come out of nothing. Even if you are a pastor, you are in the business of the ministering to souls, people who want to go to heaven, with you or without you. But you are there to save them. If they can give up something so that you keep on encouraging them to go on with life in the expectation that at the end of it all, there will be somewhere where they want to be. Then you've done your job. So this show is about people, celebrating people, people talking about how they are solving problems as individuals and as individuals in groups, whether you call it a church, political organization, a company, a partnership, whatever, not-for-profit. Doesn't mean when you are not-for-profit, you don't have to cover your expenses.
Exactly.
You still need to find a mechanism to cover your expenses. On that note, I'm privileged to have, is it Kgomotso here as a guest. So welcome.
Thank you.
So we're in the business of setting up a show. And who is it going to serve? This show. That you have a passion, you say, nobody can doubt your eloquence, your confidence. But who is it? What problem are you solving? And are kids willing to give up something when they are kids?
Is that a question for me or for... Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, kids are willing, not every kid, but most kids are willing to
They
give
don't
up.
have income.
Yeah.
So that's the only expression of appreciation.
Yeah.
Kids. That's why they're called kids. So you are saving them, but they don't have any way of saying thank you for your time, so that your time has value. So how do we make our time valuable?
Can I give an idea?
Okay.
Okay. So there's a thing called corporate responsibility within companies in South Africa, and CSI. Yeah. So a certain portion of money needs to be directed, and you could talk.
So
about
you are targeting. You are targeting that the future. When we talk about banking on Africa's future, that there is no adult who was never a kid. If we don't solve the problem at its root, then the future is not secure. So when we are talking about banking, that each child is a bank, it's a seed to secure a future for tomorrow. So how can we raise this issue of seeding so that the seeds can germinate, they can grow and become the harvest that produces not black and white, that produces people who can celebrate the problem solving they're doing.
Well, fundamentally, we need to look at the way we think about children. At the moment, we think about children as, oh, that's your child.
That's right.
And really, the way we should look at children as, if you are older, if you are senior to this child, you are the uncle, the mom, the father, whether it is your child or not. My child, if I introduce him to people, I say hi to this daddy, say hi to this mommy. I don't say, uncle, what's your name? I'll introduce my child as Jeremy, but you are a mommy, you are a daddy, because I would like you to treat my child as if it were your child.
Okay. Okay.
First of all, it takes a village to raise a child. That's one thing that we must always keep in mind. And if we can get people to understand that because it's your kid does not necessarily mean it's not my kid. We always see kids walking out in the streets all by themselves, and you ask yourself, where are the parents who care for these kids? We see kids lying on the streets. How can we get people to assist and be like, I want to be the voice for change for the kids lying on the streets? Because obviously with every situation that happens in life, there's always a story behind it.
So you want to provoke people?
Yes.
On your show?
Yes.
To do something?
Yes. To be the voice for change. Like I always say, if I want to make a change, it needs to start with me.
All right. So then you want to excite them?
I want to provoke, I want to excite, I want to get them involved.
Okay. So that's your mission.
Yes.
So if I listen to this video and I want to associate with you, how do I get hold of you?
Well, you can go at Tshekiso on Facebook. You can also go on Twitter. It is Tshekiso, as well as on Instagram. LinkedIn is also Tshekiso.
All right. And if they want to get hold of you?
Okay, well, if in relation to non-profits, you can go to Lwandle Kgomotso Foundation. Actually, it's just lwandlefoundation.co.za.org.za. Wait, just Google Lwandle Foundation. That is the board that I sit on for non-profits. And we specifically are looking after 5 schools in the Mamelodi area, 2 schools in the Eersterust area, and so right now we're having a drive for school shoes and a few other things for next year's students. And then for me personally, you can find me as Nattaley, that's a Nattaley, on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Nattaley.
Okay.
Branded pretty much.
So, what was your rating of them?
I'll give them 7.
Them or
Individually.
Individually, 7.
Thank you.
The 3 is it's a work in progress.
all right. So you got 1 minute to close the show.
Well, that was our show with myself, Kgomotso Tshekiso, and Natty, where we're talking everything with regards to our future show that we'll have here at 1873 FM.
And I cannot wait to hear more from you guys and think or to hear about what you guys want to learn about. And also we would like to provoke more conversations around certain topics which we will be bringing up, and we look forward to hearing from you and hope you can hear more from us.
Yeah, and our social media handles are 1873 FM on Twitter, Facebook, as well as Instagram. And from us, it's a wrap.
That's, so you see, that's
a freestyle.
That's the power.
Everybody freestyles.
That's the power of communication.
Yeah.
So if you are out there, we are doing this exercise because there is a problem. The people we expect more from in terms of messages are not giving them. When they give them, they are polluted with other people's messages. The question is, how do we build societies that work for all? When we say banking on Africa's future, and I hope you will register, just register to be there. When you register to be there, please take time to make sure that you do something about yourself. Promote your visibility if it's you. If it's a problem, promote the visibility about the problem. Create this arena where that problem can be discussed by all interested parties. Radio is no longer what it is or what it was. The traditional radio is gone. The traditional, even the television is gone. We now have everything banking on the same screen. I can switch on to a video, I can switch on to an audio on the same platform. So we are uniquely gifted to convert these multiple voices into whatever form, whether it's MP3, MP4, whatever it is, we have that opportunity in this generation. The previous generation did not have that luxury, but still there was communication. So we are encouraging young people, not young people in terms of age, young people who may be old people, to say, if you want the voice on something to count, it cannot be silently delivered. It has to have a person who delivers it. And that person becomes the face and the voice of it, the ambassador for it. So you have to present yourself. You have to make people convenient so that they can begin to talk, whether it's about kids, whether it's about old people, whether it's about money, about poverty, wealth, unemployment, inequality. Why are some people living well and others not well? Why not me? And if it's not me, then who selected those I look up to? There is no selection. It's self-propelling, self-selection. So what you share between now and when you come on air, and even just taking this video, owning it, and saying, I am part of the video. Because if you are in it, you also define the quality of it. So if you send it to 100,000 people, 20,000 of people who follow you, 5,000 who follow you, that video incorporates you anyway. And through association with 1873, they will begin to know that you are associated with 1873 FM. If you say I'm a bank of Africa's future, I'm banking on Africa's future, then you can say Africa can rely on me. Because if I play my part, like you woke up in the morning, that decision to wake up is a seed. The second decision is to present yourself where you're supposed to be. And when you present yourself and you participate, when you participate, it means whatever outcome, you are already in the outcome. And that's what we fail to recognize. But those who keep out of the participation, the choices that have to be made, will never secure a future for themselves, because Africa includes each one of us. But we are measured not as a group, we are measured each individual at a time. What is it that you've done to solve a problem? Even taking a video, it's solving a problem. But you won't be in the video. So everybody will know that somebody had to be there for the video to take, even if it's a selfie. I mean, the hand has to be there. Take the selfie. So that's what we celebrate. Hopefully, we welcome you. If you play your part, a radio is just a highway. It has different lanes. There's 24 hours. Even if I just take 30 minutes of people's time, I must always remember that 30 minutes is too much if I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
So it will always be possible. So have something to say.
Yes, yes.
That inspires change. That provokes change. That ignites change. That excites people to change the way they look at things. If they can change, it means you will have caused or become part of that change. They may not credit you, but they will say from now onwards, if the two of you can be on radio, why can't I also be on radio? That's change. Thank you very much. It's a Friday, the last Friday of October. And hopefully
We'll meet in November.
we will meet in November. And if we do meet in October, it will be the last day of October until we come to the last day of October. Then it means October is ended. But it has not ended unless you end it. If you end it with this show, it means it's dead. But if you keep on it, perfecting your voice, making sure that you keep focused on the key message and what is the key word that we live with, banking on
Africa's future.
Africa's future. And who is Africa?
Us.
Not us.
I.
Who is Africa?
Myself.
Myself. That's where the start
and I.
and end of Africa is. But we can cooperate. We can exchange. But I'll never be you, and you'll never be me. That's what Africa is all about. It doesn't exist. Just a name. But what exists are the individuals. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Definitely a different way to. Not us.
I.
Who is looking?
I really need to
Pardon?
go to refresh.
Who's calling me?